Now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here once again for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here as always on the Casa D18 Studios YouTube channel. I, of course, am your host, the Renegade JJ Williams, thanking y'all for coming back and joining me here once again in the theater. Now, for today's film, we're going to go to the land of the undead, a zombie film that turns 20 today. Today we're going to discuss All Souls Day. Now, All Souls Day, or All Souls Day, Dia de los Muertos, is a 2005 American zombie film written by Mark A. Altman and directed by Jeremy Caston. The film stars Marisa Ramirez, Travis Wester, Nichole Hiltz, Laz Alonso, Jeffrey Combs, Ellie Cornell, Marcia Monroe, David Keith, and Danny Trejo. Our movie opens in the 19th century as Vargas Diaz, played by Danny Trejo, discovers the tomb of the goddess of death in a small Mexican village. He hires the townspeople to help him retrieve the treasure and promises to split the profits with them. Instead, he lures every citizen of the village into the mine where the valuables are located and blows it up. After doing in 8 of his faithful men with poisoned wine in order to ensure a 100% profit margin, he gets involved in a gunfight and accidentally shoots his own young son. About 100 years later, in 1952, Thomas White, played by Jeffrey Combs, and his family, wife, played by Ellie Cornell, 19-year-old daughter Lily, played by Marcia Monroe, and young son Ricky, who is in arm braces due to polio, played by Noah Luke, take a pit stop in the same small town on their way to the beach. They go to a hotel and notice the people there are acting incredibly strange and that no one has signed the guest book for almost a decade, but they decide to stay anyway. Ricky ends up being possessed by an evil spirit while Lily is attacked by an elderly woman downstairs, only to stumble outside and be devoured by zombies. As for the parents, well, we learn later that they were hacked to pieces with a hatchet. We now advance 53 years after all of that, and newly engaged college students, Alicia, played by Marisa Ramirez, and Joss, played by Travis Webster, are traveling through Mexico en route to visiting Alicia's parents. They wreck their car in the same small town where all of these other events have occurred during Dia de los Muertos, which of course is the Day of the Dead, the one day a year when all the dead are rumored to walk the earth. Immediately, the duo discover a distraught young woman named Esmeralda, played by Danielle Bergio, who has had her tongue removed. Thankfully, a friendly American sheriff, played by David Keith, is in town and is ready to take control of the situation. Unfortunately, he's also the same possessed little boy from 1952, Ricky, all grown up and now committing his own human sacrifice rituals. He kills Esmeralda for giving him too much trouble and then plots to sacrifice Alicia because only a beautiful young Mexican woman will work in these ceremonies. Alicia and Joss check into a local hotel decorated with altars, crosses, and skulls where Martia, played by former Miss USA Laura Herring, and some old psychic woman whose name we're not told reside. The inhabitants offer up drugged wine and bread in order to sedate their guests. Joss phones his pre-med friend Tyler, played by Laz Alonso, and Tyler's girlfriend Erica, played by Nichole Hiltz, in order to come down and pick them up. When Tyler and Erica arrive, the four make small talk before the zombies show up and try to eat everyone. They board up the doors and windows while the mini zombie army attempt to get inside. We learn that Vargas is still alive and well, living in a secret room within the hotel, and that he is who the zombies are essentially trying to get at, as payback for the way that he killed them in order to obtain his own immortality. Now, a lot of people have crapped on this film. And all I'm going to say is that I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it had a very interesting premise. I thought the acting was what it was, considering it was a horror movie. I thought Danny Trejo did a tremendous job as the dastardly Vargas, and I thoroughly enjoyed seeing Ellie Cornell, who played Rachel Carruthers in Halloween 4 and 5, and David Keith, who played Andy McGee to Drew Barrymore's Charlie in Stephen King's Firestarter within this film. And honestly, I enjoyed the rest of the cast as well. This isn't the best zombie film that I've ever seen, but it's also not the worst. When it comes to my rating, I give it 2.5 out of 5 stars. Right in the middle, half of 5. What do you guys think of All Souls Day? Let me know. Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and let's have that conversation, that discussion, that debate, that discourse that I'm always trying to engage you, my loyal viewers, in. As always, until next time, when we return to the theater for another brand new episode of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here on the Casa D18 Studios YouTube channel. I have been your host, the Renegade J.J. Williams, thanking you all for joining me and tuning in today, and I will catch y'all next time.